Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Ronnie, how happy are folks who save hundreds of dollars switching?
Jackson, bring us in, man, on a hump day.
Hump day!
Hump day.
What is cooking, Blake Lumberger? It is Wednesday on BlackJack Sports. We have some
You dang right it is.
sports to talk about, and we're going to get right to it. So, Blake, let's talk about what we need to talk about.
Let's do it.
College football playoff rankings. We have Clemson at number 4, right?
Yes, we
They
do.
play Alabama in the playoffs, it looks like.
If the playoffs were tomorrow, this is how it would look.
Right. Let's see. You have Louisville, Washington sitting out. Is that what I'm hearing?
Why? Yeah.
What's going on?
Washington and Louisville are the first teams out. Washington's at 6, Louisville's at 5. Jackson, things are about to get crazy. Bottom line, you got Ohio State and Michigan both in right now. They're going to play each other, which means if I don't even know how it. Jackson, listen, Michigan and Ohio State, I don't think will both go to the playoffs. I think Ohio State has a stronger case than Michigan. They've been playing way better and blowing teams out. I think Louisville makes it to the playoffs. I think Louisville makes it to number 4. Clemson goes down to number 3. Ohio State 2. Alabama 1, which means Alabama plays Louisville. And what a weird game that would be. You got a powerhouse defense against a powerhouse explosive offense and probably one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now. And that's a game I want to see. What do you think, Jack?
I think so, Blake. That's going to be some heck of a game to watch right there. Because Louisville and Ohio State is against your offense and against your defense. So for one side of the ball to the other. And that is definitely what we think is going to happen in the next upcoming months once the playoff approaches.
Well, and listen, if Ohio State and Michigan stay 2 and 3, that means they play each other first round. And honestly, I don't think anybody wants to see that again because they're going to play each other on Thanksgiving weekend, like South Carolina and Clemson. By the way, Jackson, that game is becoming even a bigger game than it ever has been because if Carolina beats Clemson, they're done. Toast, baby. They are toast. Jackson, does Carolina have a chance of winning that game? Tell the fans right now. Come on. What do you think? Come on. I love that guilty laugh. What does that mean, though?
Depends on where the game is being played.
Okay.
And I will say this. If you have more Clemson fans showing up than Carolina fans, let's say, then they are going to win that game. And here's what I think is going to happen. If they beat Carolina, and if that's ever going to happen, then yes, they would be out and gone for good. Now,
come on.
If it were playing in their environment,
they are, by the way.
Change the game.
They are playing in Death Valley.
Say about this game right now.
Well, Jackson, I was wrong. They're playing in Death Valley this year. They are going to be playing at Clemson in Death Valley. What do you think?
That's a hostile environment right there.
Very hostile.
Clemson, the Rock, and the players getting out of the bus before the game. And a huge game there.
Oh yeah.
For all the Clemson Orange Tigers.
Come on.
It's definitely going to be a big blast once they rush onto the field for that big game, and that's definitely going to be a huge test to play against this Clemson Tigers at Death Valley on your field, and that's going to be some game to watch.
Hey, Jackson, is it hostile? I mean, look, Pittsburgh walks right in there unranked and beats them. I thought it was hostile. Is it hostile? Or are they losing a little bit of swagger up in Clemson and Death Valley? What's going on, man?
I think they're losing a little swagger up in Death Valley. That's what I think it is, especially when they lost against a field goal against that Pittsburgh team that is unranked. So that's what I think it is.
Hey, Jack, no doubt about it. Let's talk about who's hot and who's not right now in football, college football. Jackson, who's hot in college football is Ohio State, moving up 3 spots from number 5 to number 2. They're hot. Who's not hot is none other than the Washington football team, who was in the top 4 and now has moved down 2 spots to number 6. Who's hot and who's not, Jack?
I'll tell you who's hot.
Come on.
I got one team who's not hot and one team who is hot.
Talk to me.
The one team that is hot is Alabama. They are definitely the hottest team ever on this planet.
That's
and
right.
They are by far Jalen Hurts and especially Nick Saban. They have the best team out there on this planet. Now, my second team who is not hot, that would be the Michigan Wolverines, because you look at their schedule, they have to play, as you mentioned, a tough Ohio State football team. They might have to play them in the playoffs again soon if that does happen. But that's my team who is not hot.
I agree, Jack. And listen, although they're still ranked number 3 in the poll, the college playoff poll, they haven't been beating teams like Ohio State's been beating teams. Ohio State's been decimating teams. Michigan is just barely getting by, it seems like, every game. And they lost the game already. Jack, I think you're right. I think Michigan's not hot right now. Let's talk about the only other unranked team, and you're exactly right. Alabama is hot as fire. Listen, they're crushing SEC opponents, and that's kind of unheard of. The only other undefeated team in the top 25 is who, Jack? Do you know the only other undefeated team in the top 25? It's a smaller school team. Do you know who it is?
Ooh.
Come on, Stump Jackson.
Ooh, I have no idea.
Jackson at 10.
Well, it has to be.
Come on.
Let me guess. It is some small school.
It is
that
a
I've
small
never
school.
even heard of, or that we have never heard of. That is Central Michigan.
Close. Western Michigan.
Oh.
You're very close. Western Michigan is.
That's what it is. That's what I was thinking of.
Hey.
Silly me.
Hey,
Yes,
Jack.
Western Michigan is by far the smallest and best FBS school in this country for this football team has ever done.
Now, Jackson.
I think they did a great job this season, and I think they've accomplished a lot. That school has accomplished what they have done this season.
I want you to tell me what conference Western Michigan is in, because I honestly do not know. Do you know what conference they're in?
Me either.
Oh.
That is some conference I've never even heard of, some
Hey.
NCAA FBS school that I've never even heard of up there.
Well, you're right about that. They're in the MAC. They're in the MAC conference.
The MAC conference.
Yes, sir.
Oh my.
Georgia's-
That's going to be some conference I've got to learn from now on.
Georgia Southern, and you're right, the Central Michigan is in their conference as well. NIU and another team, Toledo, is in there as well, to name a few. Jackson, let's talk about the Carolina Panthers. Devastating loss last week. Devastating loss. They're playing tomorrow night against the Saints. Who wins that game?
Ooh.
Come on.
The winner of this game is going to do better, but the loser of this game is definitely not going to be in shape, because the way I see this, the last two teams lost last week, the last time I spoke with you, and that's where we are right now in that division. Look, the Panthers have got to get better with passing the ball, or got to do better not getting a interception or do like a free and out, let's say, and when it's past third or fourth down.
And scoring in the second half.
Better job of doing that. We're handling the quarterback very well. That's what I think they have to do in order to win that football game tomorrow night.
Hey, let's play look with Jackson Gerke and Blake Lineberger. And you're exactly right. Look, the Carolina Panthers have to score in the second half to begin with, Jack. Am I right or am I right?
You're right.
All right, let's play look with Jackson Gerke. Your take, go. Look.
I think I would say this.
Come on.
You know, Carolina had a worse start in the first upcoming games of this NFL season. They've got to do a better job of handling their wide receivers and getting more pass protection and get some more, yardage for a huge game for one of their players. They need to do a better job of doing that and not intercepting the ball, because I think Carolina and their fans have got to, and their fan base have got to do a better job of what they're doing, especially when it comes entering into this game.
Hey, you heard it first right here. Look with Jackson Gerke and Blake Lineberger. Jackson, you're exactly right. And I'm going to ask you a question real quick. It's serious and not serious at the same time. Jackson, this is the question. Are the players in the Carolina Panthers uniforms and helmets the same players as last year, or did they kidnap all the players that were in the uniforms last year and put new people in there? Because I'm going to tell you what, the team that went undefeated throughout the entire regular season is now looking like a scrub team. Are the players the same, or do they kidnap them and take them to some island off the coast of Florida somewhere? You would know because you're down there.
I am. But let's be honest.
Come on.
I think the Carolina Panthers have been kidnapped. And the reason why I say that is because
Come on.
they have got to do a better job of what they're doing, and I think their players have put too much in a lot of rest, and I think they need to put players back in the game and get their game going and score more points. I've seen them try to win close football games in a few weeks ago when they played at home, and I think the Carolina Panthers have got to do a better job of doing that, and I think they need to find a way to win at home. When that game is being played tomorrow night, they've got to find a way to score more points and beat your own defense when that game happens.
Well, Jax, I mean, you couldn't be more right. They scored 17 in the first half. Don't score again all game. If they would score 17 in the second half, we wouldn't be talking about Carolina Panthers losing last week. They're struggling, and I don't get it, Jack. They are one of the most talented teams on defense and offense in the whole league. I don't know why they can't win. I don't have any answers for you right now. I don't know if it's coaching. I don't know if it's leadership on the team. I don't know what's going on right now. Jackson, with that being said, we're going to make some picks on Friday when we come back. For right now, we'll watch the Carolina Panthers tomorrow night. Hopefully they pull out a win. They've got to, unless they're just going for draft picks at this point. And I'm not a big fan of that. I never have been. Jackson, great talking to you. BlackJack Sports, right here live from Charleston, South Carolina, Tampa Bay, Florida. And Jackson, before we get off the air, I have to thank you for the awesome Braves jersey and Chicago Cubs shirt that I'm going to wear in a future broadcast. I appreciate it, man. It means the world to me. Thanks for that.
You're welcome, Blake. Have a good day.
Take care.